Baoni, going through that. What's good with my people? Today we're going to be reacting to Akala Fire in a Booth. This came as a request from Color Code. Yeah, I got you, my guy. I'm reacting to part one. Part four will be in the mix at some point in the future. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Dial it.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yo.
So just to FYI, for the video quality, this video was published 12 years ago, so it's only going to be in 360p. Just to FYI for people who are wondering why it looks kind of old, because it is.
Yo. Okay. Yo. Yo.
I like you. You're like a tiger.
Yes, I grew up on a dole in a single parent family. Been through a little bit of tragedy. Yes, I was around drugs and violence before the day that I started secondary. That's part of it. Not
That's a wild life to be around that type of stuff at such a young age, because it just like messes with your mental, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm interested. It seems like there's going to be an emotional freestyle. Like, I mean, I don't mean like he's gonna be, he might be emotional, I don't know, but like it's gonna bring out the feels in me. I think we'll see.
Not half of it, get the picture, the rest ain't necessary. Growing up, got a little caught up. That ain't even half of my life. Also given the knowledge of self, that is all we actually need to survive. If you saw me, age 9, reading Malcolm, just fine. Teachers still treated me stupid. Students that couldn't speak English, they put me in groups with. The irony is, some of the
Wait, why do they put him? I don't understand. Why do they put him in groups where students couldn't speak English when, like, I'm assuming he was born in the UK somewhere. He's rapping really fast too, so this is gonna be a little bit challenging for a lot of my US people. So I will try to catch the bars that you guys might not catch. But you know, we'll see. Let's continue.
first man to give me schooling, you were called youngsters. I already explained that we know what the
Oh, okay. So the first people that like were his actual teachers in the ways of life were people that we call gangsters. Okay.
truth is. They used to say don't be like me. Yeah, I got a name and dough on the street. Nighttime comes, I can't sleep. It's the part that rappers don't speak. We don't hit the road cause we're thugs. Don't come out the room wanna sell drugs. If we got the right guidance and love, would we fight people just like us? How can I knock the hustle to get by? How do you think I ate as a child?
That is so true. So there's a difference, in my opinion, for people that quote unquote do salacious things in order to like get by in life, right? And then there are people that have means, have wealth, and do things like sell drugs because it's like fun, or they want to quote unquote like make their own money from their parents. But like there's other ways to do that. What they also are aware that if they happen to get caught, they have the means and the finances to like get out of situations where other people who don't have that would not be able to. That just comes to mind because like I know or knew he's still alive, but I know someone that sort of again came from a very, very wealthy family, and just sold drugs just because. I don't know why, to be honest with you, but he wasn't doing it to feed his family, or I don't want to say for like noble reasons, but like I feel as though like there is some type of nobility to like doing what you have to do in order to make sure that you eat, your kids eat, as long as you're. But it also comes to the territory of just like if you're kind of like murdering people and stuff like that, then it's like kind of okay, I can't really, you know what I mean. But you can make the argument too that selling drugs can like murder people too, but at the same time, like I feel as though it's like you're buying and selling a product, and in some countries like those things are illegal, in some countries they're not legal. So Yeah, it's just a very weird situation for me. But like that bar just like struck a chord with me for some reason. Just again, maybe just because of the guy that I know.
No one done many things wrong, just don't boast about it in songs, but listen to my older bars. I was just as confused as you probably are, but you grow when you learn. Travel.
But also too, he did mention as well is that these young kids, if they didn't meet certain types of people in life, they wouldn't be locked up or whatever the case may be. I don't really, I guess to a certain extent, if you see someone who has in an environment where you don't, you want to sort of emulate what they do in order to like get those things. But at the end of the day, like you're making a choice, and sometimes you're too young to understand the ramifications of said choice. But at the end of the day, you're making a choice, and you have to accept whatever consequences that come with that. But I disagree with him in the sense that if you have the right people in these areas, like these ends, these hoods, or whatever you want to call them, that the end result would be different. I don't really think that's the case. I just think it'll make kids want to have what you have more, and they will do X or Y or Z in order to get, or Z has to be the way that people in the UK say it, but in order to get what you have, I think it'll make them more wanting of the material things, in my opinion.
One too many man, get caught. One too many man that could have been doctors, end up spending the whole life boxed up. You learn if you study, so set out just to make them money. No cover, it's all about getting poor people to fight with one another. So it's logical that us killing our brothers, dissing our mothers is right in line with the dominant philosophy of our time. But time is a cycle, not a line. Comes back around, you regain your mind. You be ready for the energy I challenge in my rhyme. Remedy the pedigree, the jeopardy your mind when the world's this. Leverage is a crime. We can all fight with our brothers over crumbs. Harder to fight the one who makes guns. We can all talk get $2.
Again, true statement, very, very true statement. But again, when you're in the situation and there's no food, like what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do? So I disagree. What he's saying is true. Like it's easier to fight your brother for the crumbs versus like to fight the person that makes the guns. But ultimately, like their view is different. So like, to fight the people with the guns, like if we look at it from like a 30,000 foot view versus like the ground level where people are looking at things in these types of situations, where like they need to look at it from like today I need to eat, not like I need to worry about how I'm going to eat 2 days from now. Like they need to eat today. So yeah, interesting bar, but I disagree to an extent.
It's harder to be the one who seeks knowledge. If we understood economics with no money's nothing, think nothing of it. Money is a means to get wealth, not the wealth itself. And don't get confused, far from broke. All that you see me do I own, but I won't hang what I make around my neck. I know from where that the diamonds came, but I do literally own a library that definitely costs more than your chain. And businesses and property, far from starving. I eat quite properly and I don't care, just said it for the kids. You need to know you're not broke to listen. Don't know an asset from a liability, they've never been shown or told the difference. So they don't change situation. Richest man in Britain is Asian, that's significant, not coincidence. Asian people build businesses not by flossing, going out shopping, giving up the culture for everyone's profit. Who runs Bollywood? Indian people. Who runs our ish? So we shake our ass and dance as if racism just upped and vanished. But has it? No, it's right on course. You're beaten so bad you're trained to ignore. Let me not just make sweeping statements. Give me a second, I'll explain it.
It's funny how this song is 12 years old, but like some of the stuff he's saying is still relevant to situations that are happening today, not only in the U.S. but also in the U.K. For all peoples of color, I would say. Like, yeah, he's right. He is right.
For small amounts of drug possession, there's more black people in jail in America than there is for rape and armed robbery and murder all put together. You can say they just look.
I don't know about that one. I have to fact check, but I don't think that's true. But yeah, I guess just given to the let me just leave it at that.
Fucking up tugs, imagine they're in prison, every middle class kid that had ever held drugs. Oh, that's right, that'd be your kids. Bigger than that, what is going on with this? Prison in America's private business. They get paid 50k per year per inmate by the state. Just wait, also legally are allowed to use their prison inmates as slaves. Cheap slave labor, big corporations, they come out of jail when they can't get a job. So when we celebrate going to jail, we are literally celebrating enslavement. Add to that the hood that you live in, engineered social condition.
Yeah, I don't think we celebrate going to jail. I think we celebrate getting people out of jail. But again, this is 12 years ago, so I don't know what was going on at that time again. But it is true that these people that are incarcerated are essentially slave labor. So that is a fact that still stands to today.
That breeds crime by design. Where do you think you get your and you can say that they're just black, but I like to deal with facts. In the 1920s you would have found in America black towns, prospering centers of economics to education to make you proud. But some people couldn't bear that the former slaves would not just slide down to the KKK and other hate groups. Burn those towns to the ground, killing hundreds if it ain't understood. You think you were always living in the hood. It's only been 60 years since they hung blacks and burned them, and that was so cool. They were your baskets, picnic baskets, even gave kids the day off school. Go see a lynching, have a picnic, it's fun to watch the little monkeys die. And people act a little dysfunctional. You wanna pretend that you don't know why.
Yo, this song is actually a little bit too. This is a real freestyle right here, and. The town he mentioned, I'm assuming it's somewhere in the UK because it doesn't sound like it's a US town. And it's crazy that they would like have like picnics and stuff for that type of situation, which was absolutely that's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
If your colour means you can be killed and you're powerless to get justice about it, is it difficult to figure out how you would then end up feeling about it? And that ain't excuses, just dealing with the roots of abuses that make a reality. We're a generation of young men speak of ourselves as dirt casually. That's America, this Britain. Something similar, some different. In this country, the first enslaved were the working class. What's changed? Worse jobs, worse conditions, most tax. Look where you live and yet you go to the pub. Friday night you will fight with a guy, don't know what for, won't fight with a guy. Shooting a tie who send your kids to die in a war. They don't send the kids to the rich or the politician, it's your kids, the poor British, like the same to go and die in a foreign land for these wars that you don't understand. Yeah, they say you are British, and that lovely patriotism they feed you, but in reality you have more in common with immigrants than with your leaders. I know, both sides of my family, black and white, a fed ghetto mentality, reality in this system. Poor people dirt regardless of shade, but with that said, let's not pretend that everything is the same. When our grandparents came here to Britain, if you had a criminal record you couldn't get in. That ain't protected from all of the stupid abuses they will be living. Kicked in the teeth, stabbed in the street, many times firebombed our houses, put feces through our letterbox, and of course the cops did so much about it. Daily, up to the 80s, people spitting in my pram cause I was a baby. But of course, that has had no effect on why today we are crazy. And none of this was for any good reason. They were just dark and grieving to ease the guilt now for all of this treatment, constant stereotypes are needed. So if I celebrate how big that my kid are, bricks that are flipping, clips that are sticking, chicks that I'm hitting, I'm playing my position. But if I teach a kid to be a mathematician, messing with the schism, how they gonna fill a prison when materialism is no longer our religion? What do you think we got now in Britain? Just like America, private prison, prison for profit. That mean when your kids go jail, people make money off it. So keep environments that breed crime, build more jails at the same time, market badness to the kids in the rhymes.
Yo, I mean, he's not. So I don't know too much about the UK prison system, but if we were to like look at it from the US prison system, you have places like O Block, for instance, that is known to be what it is essentially, and it's still what it is because and nothing has changed. I mean, and they'd essentially just like sort of sectioned off and gated that area because it's just so dangerous, but like they're not looking to fundamentally change the things that make it so dangerous. So it's true, he's not lying.
Long as rich kids ain't dying, it's fine. Get them to the point where some are so lost they actually believe if they don't celebrate killing themselves off. That it's because they're soft. Was Malcolm soft? Was Marley soft? Tell me, was Marcus Garvey soft? Well, was Muhammad Ali soft? Nah, I think not, but they want us to think that the road is cool. Being on road is all we could do. We don't control the wholesale production, so who benefits from us moving the food? Or thinking there's no way out of road life, but Malcolm X used to hustle on the roadside. And Marcus Garvey organised more than 6 million people with no Facebook or Twitter. Why is it something you can't eat? One of my own homeboys did attend straight in the boxing yard. Now what's he doing? Passing his doctorate. Don't tell me that it's too hard. Who trained you to believe you're inferior? Songbo Ebedo in Nigeria are the remains of an ancient moat dug 1,000 years ago, 20 meters wide, 70 down. Round the remains of an ancient town that's 400 square miles around. 400 square miles around. Please don't believe me, it was a documentary on BBC, but we ain't studying history. Too busy watching MTV, and MTV said wear platinum. Now everybody wanna go and wear platinum, and MTV said pop magnums. Now everybody wanna go and pop magnum. If MTV said drink prune juice, you will start hearing that in tune soon. Hey, today I wore my Cartier. Is it now more important what I got got to say. Oh, and I drive a Mercedes, by the way, so everybody listen to what I got to say. Does that make you all happy? But if my head's still nappy, think for myself, so some mad at me. But on the mic, ain't not one bad as me. All of this here's good for the rhymes. Put us in the same place at the same time, and it's clear to everybody I'm on.
So I'm gonna just pause here real quick. Did MTV like have that much sway on things? 'Cause I feel like it didn't, in my opinion. I think musically, in terms of if you wanted to transition into go pop, if you were like a rapper, or to just go mainstream in any pop genre, from like, let's just say you're like a underground rapper, underground like rock artist, whatever the case may be, like if you were on MTV, I would say that, you know, you were like a pop star, for instance, or it would push you into that direction. But I don't know if MTV like had that kind of sway on people's like mentals to that extent where, like, if they say we're platinum, like, I don't think that's true. Let me know down in the comments if you feel as though it might have been true, because again, like, I was younger at the time, so I might not have understood the gravity of MTV in its totality. But like, from what I remember, I don't think it had that much sway, but I could be wrong.
Mind. Some of these guys are running out of their rhymes, clear to everybody that has got ears. I'm the guy that they just might fear, that they wanna get near, but they can't have a peer all day. I'm hard liquor, you just like beer. Front on the kid for another 5 years. Come to my shows and some criteria mean that much to them. It's a movement. I don't speak for myself, but a unit. Black, white, man, woman, anyone who respects truth we put in. Dudes are like no dinner, we're just pudding. Yeah, you're sweet but no substance pudding. You can never ever be with a level on. Our songs get played out there in Lebanon. We speak for the people properly, not for the old fat guys in offices and the girls loving. Ain't fair, you can't even be bothered to comb his hair. Anyway, that's enough kissing my own ass. Back to the more important task of being so shower. I got half the hood screaming, knowledge is power. And I ain't saying that'll change rap back, but I do know this for a fact. Right now there's a youth on your block with his hands on his face screwed up. So he don't care, don't give a that he won't let nobody call his bluff, but the words go in. Open your shackles, once that's happened, there is no going backwards. You start to see what is really happening, who the enemy you should be attacking is. So read, stuck on the block, read, sitting in the box, read. Don't let them say what you can achieve, because when people are enslaved, one of the first things they do is stop them reading. Because it is well understood that intelligent people will take their freedom. Because if we knew our power, we would understand we can't be held down. If we knew our power, we would not elevate not one of these clowns. If we knew our power, we wouldn't get arrogant when we get 2 pennies. If we knew our power, we would see what everybody sees, that we're rich already. But never mind, MCs go run for your mummy. I'm hungry, I run for my tummy. That's enough, back to worshipping money. I'm off, back to the study. Man!
Yo, Charlie and the Bombs, man, they killed me every single time. But, you know, that was Akala Fire in the Booth. Very part 1. I will react to part 4 at some point. But like, very conscious rap. I can tell he's a lyricist. I want to react to some of his other things just to kind of get a comparison in regards to, like, I'm not sure if he's just like a lyricist, like, you know, that just raps, or if he actually makes like I don't want to say songs, but like things that are like repeatable, you know, vibey sort of stuff like that. Again, I don't know who Akala is. This is my first reaction, first time listening to him, but I like what I hear. Like, he's spitting absolute facts for the most part. Some things I disagree with, but just because I disagree with doesn't mean it's not true. And again, I'm coming from the standpoint of somebody who is in 2023 in the U.S. and who is Nigerian and Puerto Rican. So like, my life experiences are, you know, again, based on my education, my environment, my ethnicity, and my nationality. So this is why some of the things he says I disagree with, but again, it's just based on those things. But overall, this is absolute fire, and I can't wait to react to part 4 in the near future and check out some of his other stuff. But if you guys have any reaction requests, let me know down in the comments. Would appreciate it. Like this video, share it, and I'll see you in the next one.